Okay, thank you everyone for coming. Good to see everyone. God bless you. Before we get started, I want to introduce, we have a new assistant clerk. She started yesterday. Okay, Patricia Parker, Patricia, stand up. You give her a round of applause. Okay. Got it. Right here.
Oh.
Okay, we have a quorum. Council Smith is on Zoom. Okay, we're gonna get started. The regular council meeting for Tuesday, June 7th is called to order. What time is it, Madam Clerk? 6:31. Call the roll, please. You ready?
Tuesday, June 7th, 2022, 6:30 p.m. This is the regular council meeting agenda. Just FYI, councilors can still attend via Zoom as needed until June 30th of this year. Going to call the roll.
Yes, call the roll.
Council Mahovia,
Present.
Council Gowdy,
Present.
Council Stevenson,
Present.
Council Smith,
Present.
Council Martin.
Present. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Continue.
Remarks of public on agenda items only, 2 minutes.
I do see resolution 4622. I think no, I'm sorry, 4422. All right, 2244. Anyway, I'm elated. I'm effervescent to see it made it to the agenda. And I would certainly be elated and effervescent when you pass it, the final passage. So I'm going to observe tonight, see how you vote on this piece. And there are some other things I wish to speak about, but it's not on the agenda. But I'll wait until the end of the meeting and speak on that. But however, I trust that we will be observant tonight, see who supports the library, as we have said in the past. And I trust that we will have the consensus of each of you. So thank you for the time to get it on the agenda. So we will observe tonight and see just what happens with this council in reference to 2240.
Anybody else wishing to speak on agenda items only? Anybody on Zoom?
And we're glad you gave it 2 even numbers. 44, 22.
Okay, see nobody else?
Proceed. Proceed.
Reports and announcements of the mayor?
The mayor's not here, so let's proceed.
There are none. Reports from council committee.
We'll start with Corrine Stevenson.
Finance Committee met on June 2nd and review materials for the upcoming item that's tabled on the, going to be moved from the agenda for the land bank. And we had some discussion with the mayor about the over expenditure of funds in the departments and how we're going to resolve those issues so that we don't get audit findings. Our next meeting won't be until September because we go on vacation July 1st. That's all.
Thank you. Patricia Bloviak.
Yeah, General Service Administration did attempt to meet. We had no other council members and no administration present. So I am still waiting to have a consolidated meeting with all of the people relating to having the streets fixed. And that includes, we did have Keisha Chambers come once by herself, but we've never had everybody present regarding the general budget and the HUD money and whatever is going to be done with all the different parts. And the different parts that I'm concerned about are 1, potholes, 2, water infrastructure, 3, street resurfacing. And at this point in time, there is additional stimulus funds available to examine the bridges. And I have received complaints about the bridges, and I certainly think that the bridges need some attention. And since there is money available, I think we should be looking at that at this point in time. But as I said, I can never get all of the people involved together. The other thing that we've been discussing is the possibility of roundabouts to slow traffic on some of our major streets and to decrease the traffic problems that we have. And I would say especially the problem of the area from Eddy Road to around Eddy Road to Euclid to Forest Hill. Eddy Road, Forest Hill Boulevard, getting over to Coventry and Superior. And as anybody who's tried to traverse that area in the late afternoon, I haven't been there in the mornings early, but in the late afternoon, it can be quite difficult when people are coming south on Eddy Road and wanting to transport themselves through East Cleveland and then up either Superior or Coventry. It's quite a traffic issue. And we're working on a possibility for that. But I hope the next time we have, I hope that we improve our attendance at the committee meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bloviak. Contracts and properties, Juanita Gowdy.
Yes, contracts of property met last month, and we still talking about the library. And we're glad that we got them on the agenda now, so we can move forward on this in HUD housing development. They came and the land bank came and had their presentation, and they was really nice about what they want to do for the city. So, you know, we looking forward to passing a lot of things to move our city forward. And the library is the main thing that's really on my mind, as well as her, you know, and other things that's on the agenda tonight, you know, but my focus is on the library. That's where my heart is really at, because it wasn't so long for this project. So long, way before I got. We moving this forward, and I'm excited in that.
Thank you, Juanita Gowdy. Ernest Smith, can you hear me, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Thank you all. I just want to say, first of all, you all look great on the new camera equipment. So I just want to thank you all for that. The Personnel and Appointments Committee has not had any legislation, but we will keep our scheduled meeting on the last Tuesday of this month, despite council being on vacation. If anything changes, I will make sure to let the public know. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, that's the last Tuesday of this month. Can you please help me out?
Hold on a second. I wrote calendar on here. It will be June 28th.
June 28th. Please join us, Personnel and Appointments Committee meeting despite council being on vacation. Thank you.
Okay, Madam Clerk, before I make my report, the mayor is here. I'm gonna let the mayor do his announcement, so whatever he has to say, go ahead.
Thank you, Council President.
All right.
Welcome, Ms. Cleveland, to the full house tonight. That's good. Thank you, councilors. Got a full report here. Try to make it quick and painless as possible. As always, we start off with the COVID-19 update. We refer to the County Board of Health, the Ohio CDC for updates on that. Just like to briefly mention that there is a new variant and that COVID cases are up, although hospitalizations and severity of the cases are not what they were. However, I must mention Cleveland Heights municipal building is still closed. And the county and other companies, businesses have gone back to mask mandates. We have never stopped our mask mandate here in the city of Cleveland, East Cleveland, and City Hall remains at a soft close. I ask you to have patience and understanding as we move through the building, given the rehab that's going on. I'd like to thank, I believe I heard Councilman Smith on the phone. I'd like to thank Councilman Smith and the other councilors who showed up last Friday. We had a ice cream social in which we literally closed City Hall at about 2 o'clock. And had all the employees report outside for ice cream. And in our second installment of premium pay, thanks to our president and the U.S. Treasury, we were able to say thank you to our employees that we were able to give them just a little more pay. I know we sent it out to council as a whole. I know I saw Councilman Smith there, so I'd like to thank you all for coming, though that did attend.
Let me add right quick. Dr. Patricia Blahovac was in attendance and I was in attendance. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
It was a good day for us outside.
Yeah, it was a great day. Yeah.
I got a note here. I'd like to thank the council and I'd like to thank Council President for telling us we pulled a piece of legislation that was set for tonight. Also regarding the ARPA funds, as you know, there are strict guidelines on what the ARPA funds can be used for. And we have something on there. We're gonna bring it back. However, I understand there were a couple of questions, a couple of uncertainties regarding that. And we feel really good about it because the Q&A sessions are fine. But as we talked about before, we have been meeting with and interviewing a number of law firms, right? I'm sure we've talked about this before. I've been back and forth with the fiscal commission about bringing in a law firm that will help us walk through the ARPA funding and the use of those funds. So last Friday, and I apologize, I didn't see you outside, but the law firm, we were able to introduce Councilman Smith to some consultants and tell them about the law firm that we're bringing in. So the reason I'm mentioning it here is we've actually talked to the law firm and they're saying, hey, they want to come out and meet council, talk to council about ARPA, what it is they do, right? Especially or particularly around representing client cities in the ARPA and the use of the ARPA funds. Right now, we make 29th municipality that they will be representing. So there's no, this passes a mustard, right? This will get us over that hump and get us to free up and then use that in bigger ways than we're doing today. see. We will schedule a presentation with them through you, Council President, as well as the Q and A for the land bank. We couldn't make it to this Friday, this is Thursday. Apologize, we just couldn't get the schedule together. Please excuse our patience and have caution as we travel throughout the city. There are a number of streets that are under resurfacing. A lot of road repair going on. Just mentioned a couple, Third, Roxbury, Page, Belmont, Brewster. There was a pre-construction meeting today regarding Superior. I'm hoping that starts by the end of this month as they predicted. Later, we will see Shaw, Forest Hills Avenue, and Ivanhoe. The Banner and Orinoco are slated for water work. Right, I apologize to the residents. Inclusively, I know email like that, and we're all together, and I may have misstated that it was going to be resurfacing. It is water work. Water work does not give you a resurfacing as is needed on both of those streets. So my apologies for that, and that is still coming. We mentioned before about pothole killers. So they have held up. Seems like they got a good product. We have signed a contract and they should be starting mid to late month. So you will see that machine with the arm goes around and blows the hole out, and then it shoots a series of products into the hole to then fill it, like a pothole filler or a pothole killer. So we have signed that contract. Make sure you do it. Also, stay tuned for a collaboration between the City of East Cleveland and the Cleveland Institute of Arts for an outdoor mural project, which will be located on the corner of Woodworth and 133rd. They plan on doing a pretty big celebration. It's really cool. Stay tuned for that. I'll keep you posted. And we are still in negotiations to bring in the utility assistance resource fee to help seniors understand all of the options and available resources to them when they're looking at water, electricity, gas, and sewer. Still looking to get that done. Our other uses, stimulus program is the only way, and homeowners grant is still going. So, Council President, unless there are any questions or concerns with that, this concludes.
Thank you. I want to add to your report that I did speak with the people from the Cobb County Land Bank. And, we're going to be meeting. We meet with them, all the key players will be there. Because I told them the body of council needed to ask these questions. I don't want us to move forward. So I think we'll have the meeting in a week or two. I'm asking all our council people to be at that meeting to discuss the ARPA funds and any questions and any unreadiness, they'll be there to answer the questions. I know a couple of them are out of town. Thank you.
Open to the public?
Yes, that's open to the public. I also wanted to add that under my committee, health and safety, we hired a new police officer this week. And I can't remember, can you remember his name again? I know it's a different kind of name.
Is it Sanchez or San?
You remember some?
Two-word name.
Yeah,
Very lovable guy, young.
yeah.
That's military. And, comes to us, actually from another municipality. I think it will be well. It could be well.
I think so too. Thank you for involving us in that meeting. That's the key thing with health and safety, and fires doing okay. I think we got another truck. It's a new truck. I don't think it's new, but it looks pretty good.
Yes, so.
We can hear about something about that truck.
So we came to council a couple of weeks ago with emergency legislation, understanding that council had passed legislation to get a new EMS truck. But given the lead time with everything right now, we knew we're over a year out before that new truck was even built and delivered to the city. And that the EMS trucks that we have would not hold up. So we had the guys look for a used truck. We found one out of state. We sent the guys down and the mechanics to look at it. They gave us a thumbs up. council, excellent, passed it as an emergency. That's what you see out there. in the back there.
Thank you. If you get a chance, it's yellow. It doesn't have they haven't put the East Cleveland things that they put on the truck, but I thought when I was coming in. Everyone, that concludes health and safety. Madam Clerk, let's move to legislation.
Resolution number 1522, a resolution authorizing the mayor to transfer to DeVito Parker under the neighbor next door ordinance and at a cost of $100, a parcel of vacant land held by the city as part of its land reutilization program located at 1692 Lockwood, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112, permanent parcel number 672-07003.
Is Ms. Parker here?
At this time, would DeVito Parker please?
Yes, I'm here. How everybody doing?
All right, one moment, please. Okay, this is a second read, Counselor.
What, he's on Zoom?
Yes.
Okay. We like them to, we like them to be in person so we can see who they are and see what they want to do. I don't know if he was told that, so I won't hold that against him this time. Okay. Have him proceed.
Oh, no, you have to. That's the question.
Okay, Mr. Parker, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, what are you going to plan on doing with the land, sir?
Nothing but just keep it clean over there like I've been doing, sir. Just keep everything cut and everything. That's about it.
Okay, well, we appreciate that. We appreciate what you're doing. We'd like to meet you and see you in person, but I'm not gonna hold that against you because maybe it wasn't. Okay? So,
Okay.
any other questions for Mr. Parker? Yes, Ms. Blowett.
Just one point of information. We have in the past allowed other people, Rosie Terry, for example, was here on Zoom. So we have a precedent of passing this kind of resolution without people being present, with them being present on Zoom.
Okay, I can live with that, but my preference, and we're not gonna debate it, we ask that they be here for the second reading in person. Okay, all right, but I'm flexible, okay? All right, let's proceed.
Well, I feel like the room is, they need to be here in person. That's what they need to be. If he's sick or can't walk or something, I can see him. He can't be here. But if he's healthy and he's gonna do something with the land, please show up. It's only $100.
Yeah, and we appreciate.
This
it.
email yesterday.
Go ahead, sir.
I just got this email yesterday, sir, just saying that I needed to show up
Yeah, well, that's my trepidation.
on Zoom.
Situation. So you just got it yesterday, is that correct, Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's not your fault, so we'll let it go this time. But
Okay,
I
thank you,
just
sir.
wanna state, all right, so we're gonna vote on this for you to get the property, but we have made a point over the last 3 months that they need to be here. Okay, let's move on.
I mean, you can make more fact that you can move on next week. But I
Mr.
think-
President,
Can we see you, sir? Can you? How do you turn that on?
Put the video on.
All right.
1 minute.
All right.
Can you see me now, sir?
Is that you, sir, in the black?
Yep.
Okay, nice to meet you,
Yes.
sir.
Nice to
Welcome
meet
the
you
great
too.
city of East Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you, and keep on doing what you're doing, sir, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Any other
Yeah,
questions from the
everybody.
council?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, Madam Clerk,
I need a motion
okay,
to accept. and
sponsored by
sponsor.
Juanita Gowdy, what, you wanna move on this, 1522? Ms. Gowdy?
I mean, I'll move on to this side, but you know, in the future, we really have.
We'll
to do our
stick-
work.
Okay, I hope we need to get the information to them earlier than one day before
Well,
meeting.
then you don't need to come and put 'em in. They like to go run for them.
Okay. Let's move on it then.
I need a motion.
Okay, make a-
I move that we accept resolution number 15-22.
Okay, is there a second to the motion?
I second, Mr. President.
Okay, it's moved in second. Any questions? Madam Clerk, call
no.
the roll. Let's vote on it.
Patricia Bohovia,
Aye.
Counselor Hoviak,
Aye.
Counselor Gowdy,
Give-
Counselor Smith,
Yay, and please, for the record, I just want to say that Miss Terry did attend the first read in person.
Thank
Yay.
you, thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. I didn't want to go there, but thank you. Go ahead. Yeah,
Counselor Stevenson,
Yay.
Counselor Martin,
yeah,
it passes.
it's passed. Let's move to the next one.
Resolution number 1722. This is the first read.
All right.
Resolution authorizing the mayor to transfer to Aaron Martin under the neighbor next door ordinance and at a cost of $100. Parcel of vacant land held by the city as part of its land reutilization program and located at 1724 Point, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112.
Okay, this is the first read. Let's move to the next one.
Resolution number 3622. Lynetta Hood is on Zoom. Let me get her over. Ms. Hood?
Yes,
There's Ms. Hood.
Okay, does she know how to, like?
I'm here.
Okay, hello, Ms. Hood, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Okay, under the neighbor next door ordinance and at a cost of $100, parcel of vacant land held by the city as part of its land reutilization program and located at 13412 Mylan, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112. Permit parcel number 671-04-126. This is the second read.
Second read. Ms. Hood, you want to say what you've been doing with the property?
Well, I've been making sure that the weeds are up, and I plan on putting a fence around the property and use it for me and my grandbaby.
Okay. Any question from Ms. Hood?
How
I don't
long,
have a question.
did she come for the first meeting?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay.
So the second time, you just wanted to see, is you okay? You're in good health? Because we told everybody to come in person if they want the property.
Well, I think that, Ms. Hood,
Yes,
okay, we're not gonna hold that against you this time, but, I'm gonna make sure that our clerk get this to them at least a week before they come here. Okay, but the next time, if they're not in front of us, we're not, I'm not going with the Zoom. Okay, all right.
Okay, okay,
for
thank
what you're doing. We're here, we've been very good over the last 4 or 5 years with this neighbor next door situation. Anything you want to say, Tracy?
The reason they're being done on Zoom is because we're getting counselors because of with the COVID and that, people just don't feel comfortable at this point in time. And it's not in our charter or in our guidelines that while they're attending, maybe they can't not attend by Zoom, since you already have some prior.
Well, I hear what you're saying, Tracy. So
But
we'll-
as of June 30th, everybody has to be in person.
so we got, right, okay, so we got one more
Everybody
meeting
has to.
this month, and then in July, we have to be in person.
Right.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Okay, I'm looking for a motion for, 3622.
I move that we accept resolution number 36-22.
It's been moved by Patricia Boback. Is there a second to the motion?
I'd like to second, please.
Seconded by Councilor Smith. Any questions? Madam
I
Clerk,
don't have
call the
any
roll.
questions, but I like to.
Go ahead.
I don't have any questions, but I'd like to tell Ms. Hood, thank you for already taking care of the property. Thank
you're welcome.
And I want to say, while I'm looking at Ms. Hood and Mr. Smith, this was put up about 2-3 weeks ago. Is it? Okay, it's very nice. I like we can see the people and all that. So that's, and I guess I can go, if you allow me. The city hall is being repaired. Now, we're getting a new, elevator in
Talking
here.
about this now.
If you look at the steps, when you go out after this meeting, it's being, all that's being done. So that's a good thing. Let's call the vote.
Counselor Hoviak,
Aye.
Counselor Gowdy, Counselor Stevenson,
Yeah.
Counselor Smith,
you. Yay.
Counselor Martin.
Yay, thank you. Let's move to the next piece of legislation.
Thank you.
Meredith online.
Since it's second read, I don't hear, or do you? Let's move on. All right.
Is there a Yannick Meredith for property located at 13408 Gainsborough?
All right,
It's stable.
all right. Let's go to the next piece of legislation, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance 3822, an ordinance authorizing all actions necessary to accept Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council, NOPEC, 2022 Energized Community Grant in the amount of $21,897. This is a second read.
Okay, this legislation is sponsored by Corrine Stevenson. What is your pleasure?
Mr. President, I move to, accept this, and move for its adoption.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion? It's seconded by Ms. Gowdy. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll. Yes,
Excuse me.
yes, Ms. Rueda, go
Remind me
ahead.
what we're gonna do with this money,
Okay. There's a question.
just for purposes of being transparent.
Mayor, can you respond to that?
Counselor Stevenson was going to.
Oh, okay. All right.
In the past, what's happened with the money, I think we used the money in the past, lighting systems in the civic center and maybe in this building too. But the money is basically used to repair the buildings in the city.
Okay. Any other questions, any other conversation on 3822?
No, they don't, the repairs at the fire department are not.
Until
it's
it's
already done.
Okay. Counselor Mahovia,
Aye.
Counselor Dowdy. Yeah. Counselor Stevenson,
Yeah.
Counselor Smith,
Yay.
Counselor Martin,
Yay,
passes unanimously.
thank you. Let's go to the next piece.
Ordinance number 4022, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to transfer to the East Cleveland Public Library at no cost permanent parcel 672-11004, which shall be utilized by the East Cleveland Public Library for library purposes.
Should I pass the gavel to Ernest? Ernest, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm passing the gavel to you, okay?
Yes, sir. Ordinance number 40-22 bears the name of President Nathaniel Martin. What is your pleasure, sir?
Wait a second.
Okay, well, my
This is
name is.
Requested by
council of the whole.
Council by the whole. All right, go ahead, Brother Smith. And we're all on this together, so, you know, it ain't. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Council as a whole is everybody, sweetheart. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, but the original sponsor was the president. Okay, let me start over. Ordinance number 40-22 bears the name of Council on the Whole, originally sponsored by Council President Nathaniel Martin. What is your pleasure, sir?
My pleasure. I sponsor ordinance.
That's not right.
Ordinance.
Something better than that. That's not
Sponsor,
right.
I'll sponsor ordinance.
And I'm on contract.
Uh,
You should need to get off that. They have a contract.
We're not gonna quibble over this.
I am.
Okay, we're not.
Well, you
I'll-
have several of us who would like you to take the gavel back and let Counselor Gowdy.
Way
Let's-
it's written, it's
For the,
requested
Mr. President,
It
Yeah.
is sponsored by all of the.
For the-
council.
Mr. President,
Everybody to do it? Somebody's
Mr.
got to do it.
President,
Yes. Wait a minute, guys. Be quiet for a second. Hold it for a second.
for the record, this is not the first ordinance that was sponsored by Council on the Whole. I don't see everyone can't speak and can't vote at once. I don't see the issue.
The issue is that it should be done right the first time. That's what the issue is all about. I'm on.
Well, can you explain to me
Right, because
what's going on wrong?
it should have been me first, because I'm on contract and I cheer that contract the property, and then it should be the council of the whole. You know how.
Okay, I'm just going by, respectfully, I'm just going by what is, how it's read on this
Yeah, but we
piece
know.
of paper
how
that I
it's
have
read.
in front of me. No problem. Listen, no problem. Ordinance
Okay,
number
so-
40,
so-
hold on, Councilwoman. Councilwoman, it's real simple. It's real simple, please. It's real simple, please. Ordinance number 40, please, I'm begging you. Ordinance number 40-22 is sponsored by Councilwoman Juanita Gowdy. What is your pleasure?
My pleasure is to tell everybody at the library, I am so proud that this is up here. I am thinking, I'm excited because I want to pass it. And as the council as a whole, we want to move this forward for adoption.
Second,
No, you have to make a motion.
You have
I
to-
want to make a motion.
You wanna make
No,
motion?
you have to make the motion. Make the
I wanna make a
motion, Gowdy.
motion to move this.
No.
Okay, no,
Second.
no, make the motion.
No,
I
it's to
move.
sponsor and adopt.
Please do it right.
Okay.
Okay,
I
come
want
on,
to
sweetheart.
sponsor
You-
To move this forward.
Okay.
sponsor
I'm gonna
and
help you.
adopt.
I
To
sponsor
sponsor
legislation 40-22 and move
Right,
what's
and
down.
move it forward.
Is there a second?
second.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? Any
I
discussion on the motion?
And move it forward.
And just for clarification for everyone, the entire council support this, that's why a council as a whole. So, thank you, Gowdy, thank all the council people. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
All the rest.
Counselor Mahovia,
I'm so
Aye.
excited.
Counselor Gowdy,
Yes.
Counselor Stevenson,
Yay.
Counselor Smith,
Yay.
Counselor Martin.
Yay, let's go to the next one. It's passed. First one passed.
They got one piece of
I
land.
need to say.
Hold that.
Is it
You ready?
one?
No, that's just.
That's only one. Ordinance number,
Before we go, I want to say this too, if I can, and I thank the council for their support. We felt that the library was so important that we waived 120 on each piece, okay? We appreciate the library, and not just the council, but the mayor too. You have total support on this situation. Okay, let's move on. Go ahead.
thank you. Thank you, sir. Ordinance
Okay, go
number,
ahead, Smith. You still got,
thank you, sir. Ordinance number 41-22 bears the name of Council on the Whole, sponsored by Councilwoman Juanita Gowdy. What is your pleasure?
My pleasure is to move, to adopt and to move. And, and to sponsor.
Read into the record, sir.
go ahead. Go ahead,
It's
Tracy.
an ordinance authorizing the mayor to transfer to the East Cleveland Public Library at no cost permanent parcel 672-11005, which shall be utilized by the East Cleveland Public Library for library purposes.
and
Thank you,
sponsor.
Madam Clerk. And I
Okay.
do apologize.
Okay,
Ordinance number 41-22 bears the name of requested Council on the Whole, sponsored by Councilwoman Juanita Gowdy. What is your pleasure, please?
My pleasure is adoption.
No,
I
Make the
I-
motion.
I want to make a motion. I want to make a motion.
to sponsor 41-22 move for adoption. Go ahead, you say that, guy.
41.
22 and move for adoption. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Okay, any questions on the motion? Any questions?
Again, I'm just excited that this is going forth for the library. They deserve all the land. And if there's some more land out there they want, go for it.
Mahovia,
Okay, call the roll. Go ahead.
Counselor Mahovia,
Aye.
Counselor Gowdy. Counselor Gowdy,
Yay.
Counselor Stevenson,
Yay.
Counselor Smith,
Yay.
Counselor Martin.
Yay,
Passes
it passed.
unanimously.
Let's go to the next piece.
Ordinance 42-22, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to transfer to East Cleveland Public Library at no cost permanent parcel 672-11006. It shall be utilized by the East Cleveland Public Library for library purposes.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 42-22 bears the name of Council on the Whole, originally sponsored by Councilwoman Juanita Gowdy. What is your pleasure?
My pleasure is to move this, make a motion for 41-22 for adoption and to move
No, it's 42-22.
42. I got 42, okay.
Okay, go ahead. And move move for the adoption. Is there a second to the motion?
I second.
Seconded by Corinne. Are there any questions on the motion? Okay,
Counselor Bahovia,
Yay.
Counselor Downey, Counselor Smith,
Yay.
Sounding the horn.
Counselor Stevenson,
Yeah.
Counselor Martin,
yay.
passes unanimously.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Ordinance 4322, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to transfer to the East Cleveland Public Library at no cost permanent parcel 672-11007, which shall be utilized by the East Cleveland Public Library for library purposes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 43-22 bears the name of Council on the Whole, originally sponsored by Councilwoman Juanita Gowdy. Ms. Gowdy, what is your pleasure?
My pleasure is to move this forward, to make a motion to move this
No,
43.
take your time. You sponsor
I want to
ordinance
sponsor-
4322 and move for its adoption.
And I want to sponsor it for moving forward.
Okay, is there a second to the motion? Okay, seconded by Corinne Stevenson. Any questions on the motion? Any questions on the motion? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Counselor Bahovia,
Yay.
Counselor Downey,
Yay.
Counselor Stevenson,
Yeah.
Counselor Smith,
Yay.
Counselor Martin,
Pass, let's go to the
passes
next one.
unanimously.
Thank you. Go to the next one.
Ordinance number 4422, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to transfer to the East Cleveland Public Library at no cost permanent parcel 672-11008, which shall be utilized by the East Cleveland Public Library for library purposes.
Ordinance 4422 has your name on
Thank
it.
you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 44-22 bears the name of Council on the Whole, originally sponsored by Councilwoman Juanita Gowdy. What is your pleasure?
My pleasure is to make a motion. To sponsor, I keep sponsoring,
Sponsor ordinance
4422.
and move for its adoption. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Corinne. Any questions on the motion? Any questions? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Counselor Bahovia,
Yay.
Counselor Downey,
Yes.
Counselor Smith. Counselor Smith,
Yay.
Counselor Stevenson,
Yeah.
Counselor Martin,
Yay.
passes unanimously.
Got it done.
I'm gonna deviate here for a second, because I think my council people maybe, I'm gonna give them a couple of minutes to say something, because I think we made history today. So we'll start with Corinne and go all the way across. Corinne, anything you want to say?
Just congratulations to the library. I look forward to the new design of the library and participating in the events that go on there and how that library impacts the citizens, including our children, which are our future. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Bahovia?
I would like to thank everyone present and not present who has worked for this goal over the past many years. And thank you, everybody. It's been great. I had doubts whether this would finally happen, but we did it. And that's really in part because of all of you who've shown up and supported this. And let me just add my little push for, please get some stuff out for the Imagination Library. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Juanita Gowdy?
Sponsoring it is an honor, and moving it for adoption is really a great honor. I am so proud of you. Y'all have lived in our city for such a long time. You didn't have to stay, but every year I see the same faces moving on up, doing something differently at the library. And all these events that you've been having, I am so proud of you. I'm too excited, I just didn't get, just when you told me, it was like, it's a win-win situation, because you've been taking care of that land for such a long time. Now, we want to honor you for that. You didn't have to take care of that land. And we want to honor each and every one of you that's on the library board, is making it, pushing it, making it happen. I am so excited that y'all got this land. Now you can do what you want to do on this land. And if you see more land out there that you want, go for it, okay? I love y'all.
Ernie, can you hear me? Ernie?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. and Thank you to all my colleagues. I think we all can agree that the East Cleveland Library is a very, very, very important entity in our community and serving the health interests, rights, and needs of the people. I agree with Councilwoman Dr. Papala. We want to thank everyone from the past, present, and the future. Again, the service that you provide to our elders, to our youth, to our people in general is just second to none. And I really want to thank you all on behalf of everyone in the great city of East Cleveland. And when I say thank you, I'm talking to the people of the library. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna drive the speech, and I'll be very brief. I want to thank the library for your patience. I know that we've been dealing with this through at least a couple of mayors, almost over 8 years. But this council did the right thing. Okay, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate the library. The library is 5-star, Dr. Brooks. 5-star library. Okay, with good leadership, and I'm there almost every other day. Okay, I am. So I utilize the library. So I told you guys to be patient because we got a good group of people up here. And they were strongly saying, let's get this done. We got it done. Okay, and I want to thank you. Okay. I'm going to ask the mayor to say something, but I want to say this. There's big plans for the library. Okay. Now you got this. I know some things that you don't know, but I've talked with Rashid and I've talked to Lattimore, and some big things gonna happen there. We were strong when they were talking about giving it to the county, Corinne. They were talking about giving it to the county, but that didn't happen. We hang in there. You're in the black. We're moving forward, and I love my library in these things. Let's go. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Congratulations. I know that the library's securing owning this land is something that's been under discussion since I've been elected official, that's 2014. All honest and happy, right, that it's moving in the right direction. I wish collectively could have all had more patience, more due diligence. There's this word, uncertain, right? That's often thrown around. And the process by which land comes out of the city ownership and into someone else's ownership follows a process. That process was not followed legally, right? And I can talk to the law director when she gets back, but I'm pretty sure, let me say this in its entirety. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to veto all of them. Now, all of you know that it comes back to council and they pass it with 4, in which stands a veto. But from a legal perspective, because it did not follow the proper procedure in coming out of the city's ownership and to you, I'm pretty sure I can't sign, right? But once it withstands the veto, it's yours. I want you to have it. I've always said that. I just wanted to follow the proper procedure in getting it to you, right? And I've always said, I don't see what the rush is, right? Because only the council can transfer property. Council wanted to do it. All we had to do was follow the procedure. It would have been yours, right? So congratulations, but please don't be surprised and don't think the mayor didn't want you to have it or I'm trying to stop it. Legally, I may just have to veto it. Come back to council, don't pass it again, it's yours. Reason I don't like fall out of the proper procedure, and council told me this after the last meeting, and someone came up to him and said, hey, I've been trying to get this piece of property. I don't want it to go through the NAC, let's bring it straight to council. Is that what you told?
Yeah.
Right, so, and that inevitably, that's what's going to happen. If you follow the procedure, you don't have to worry about it. So again, congratulations. Semi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Point of order.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna recognize you, Ms. Wilbeck. I'm gonna ask, I'm at the point, I'm at the point where anyone can speak for 2 minutes.
You still have to, properly, table resolution number 42.
Oh, yeah, well, I thought we, 4622, we're tabling it. We're gonna have a meeting in the next week. Is that okay with the council? Okay. We got,
We need to go through and do.
Well, you gotta read it.
right, read it in the record. Brother Smith, can you hear me?
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Smith.
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me the gavel back, please.
I now pass the gavel back to Mr. President, Nathaniel Martin.
Okay, all right, Chris.
Resolution number 46.
No, point of order.
Go ahead.
Just to remind everyone here, it only takes 4 votes to override a veto.
Yeah, but that's not only you, we know that. Please.
Resolution number 4622, a resolution.
What happened to
granting the Cuyahoga County
4522?
Land Bank $4 million from the city's American Rescue Plan Act funds, ARPA, pursuant to the partnership established by resolution 1516 as part of the city's Rebuilding East Cleveland Together program and declaring an emergency for the preservation of the public peace, property, welfare, health, and safety.
Okay, I'm gonna replace it. Go ahead.
I'm confused here because my next resolution is 4522 and Councilor Stevenson's.
I don't have 45. You, I
Well-
don't have,
She has
Oh,
it.
that's,
I don't have it.
no, you had me pull that up. Nobody, that's the old agenda. Everybody
All right.
has the new agenda.
Okay,
We
thank you.
pulled that one off. Counselor,
Oh, yeah.
Stevens, the one that pulled off. one.
Oh, that's fine, but it
That's
is,
fine. Yeah,
it is
nobody
on
else
my
has it,
agenda,
right.
so that's
Nobody
why
else
I.
has it on their agenda.
All right,
Those were printed for you guys to review before the meeting.
so are we moving to table 4622?
Yeah.
Okay, I take the motion to table 4622.
I move that we table 4622 until we meet with the land bank at a later date.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Okay, let's call a roll, Madam Clerk.
Who seconded it?
Yes, you got a second. Call a roll.
Counselor Mahovia,
A,
Counselor Gowdy, Counselor Stevenson,
Yeah.
Counselor Smith,
Yay.
Counselor Martin.
Yay.
It's so tabled.
Okay, now, the public can speak. I see you, Mr. O'May. Everyone can speak. What, how many minutes you got?
3.
Oh,
Three.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. So, Dr. Rice, I know you have something to say, so we're looking forward to hearing you.
First of all, I felicitate the council for doing their due diligence, their responsibility in which they was elected to do. No committee usurps the authority of this council. And if it didn't go through no committee or what have you, it comes through this council. I don't care whether it went through the committee or not. The council takes, you are the legislative branch. You are the authorizing branch of government. You are the legislative branch of government. You have the authority and power. It rests with you. So he can veto it all he wants. And he's doing it wrong. That's because he said it didn't go through a committee. And that's usurping your authority. He doesn't have that authority to do that. And so I want you to know that. And I want the public to know that you have done your due diligence. No committee, I don't care who points them, whether the council points them or the mayor points them or the judge points them, that you not usurp your authority.
You're right, you're right.
Now, have said that and got that off my chest. That's why I wanted to be first, because I know what I've been here, done that. I know what council's responsibilities are. Number two, I want to know now from why their two council has not received the raise in which the citizens of this community voted for. for council and administration to receive it, which was the mayor, to receive a raise. They passed it. And I want to know why they have not gotten the raise as other members of council has received their raise. And now I would like to know who has the authority to usurp the voters' rights that voted for it. They didn't vote for one or two to get it. They voted for the council as a whole, mayor as a whole, to get the raise. And so you can't go on somebody else's law. We are home rule city. We make the laws here, and they are to be followed. Anytime the voters vote, you cannot usurp that. You must follow what the voters said. And so I want the record to reflect that I have said it, and I would like to see other members of council get their raise, as well as the others are getting theirs. And there's something else, but I'll just leave it there for now. But there are some other things I wanted to speak on, but I wanted to drive it home, and do not allow the mayor or no one else usurp your authority, because you authorize him to enter into contracts, do this, that, or the other. You're the authorizing agency here. You are the appropriating agency here. You appropriate for everyone to get a paycheck. It comes through you. You have the authority. That's why 5 of you. And so don't let that deter you. And if he vetoes it, then he's out of the line, and you just come right on back in and override the veto. Thank you. Come on,
Hello, Zoom. Having to call it with, having to dealt with you for about 2 years. Terry A. Tollfree, 14511 Terrace Road. House is turning 100 years old. I want to first thank the East Cleveland Fire Department. I had a little problem in the basement. I heard something go boom. I thought it was a tree that fell on the house. It was part of the ceiling in the basement that fell. It hit the water and it hit the gas line. And I went down the basement. I said, oh my goodness, that's the gas. I went next door to my neighbor, called the East Cleveland Fire Department. They came out with the great big truck, and they cut my gas off. A few days later, it was fixed for a little change. One of the firemen said, he said, as they were leaving the basement, what my name was. I told him it was 1-800 toll free. And the fireman said, in front of the other 2 firemen, he said, I want your real name. I said, that's how it's pronounced. And I said, ask the mayor. So I want to thank the East Cleveland Fire Department for 14511 not blowing up half the city, and the way it came down, because it had a knee. Because it had a knee, the actual iron didn't break and deal with the gas coming out. It bent, but it didn't break. And so I'm glad to be here. And I just let the gas company know what I went through with that. My second thing is guns. The first time I said this, it was on the 137 shots on the Carl Stokes forum at the Martin Luther King Library. And I wanted to let you know that my uncle was a hunter and a fisherman. I went fishing with him, but not hunting with him. And he's not here, he's deceased, he died in '89. But I don't think you need a capacity gun of 100 bullets or whatever it is to shoot a squirrel, a possum, or a rabbit or something. That's not a hunting gun. That's military, and that's where it belongs. And these Republicans need to deal with it. And memo to the governor and the people, if you don't know, June 13th, the governor of the great state of Ohio has signed it already. If you're 21, you can buy a gun in this state. And that's a problem, Mr. Governor, real problem in regards to to that. And the last thing, I heard this on National Public Radio, maybe about a year or two ago. Then I heard it on The View, the TV program. The city, I don't think it's the state, I think it's the city of New York has this new voting procedure. I think it was yesterday, or what, today's Tuesday, maybe it was Sunday, maybe it was yesterday or today. A Republican sat on, and I don't have cable, folks, I have converter. There was a Republican sat on, they were discussing politics, and he said he was going to introduce this mess. And I want to tell you right now, when it was brought up in the East Cleveland organization, you can take this ranked choice voting and kiss my patootie. It's called ranked choice voting. That's how the state of New York voted for the now mayor of New York. I don't think it's this. It's called ranked choice voting. It's funny. It's like if you if you are running and 5 people are running, and one person gets the first slot, another one takes the second slot, then and you still have the most or something. It's stupid. And this Republican on TV on PBS said he wanted to deal with it. Ranked choice voting can go to hell.
Okay. That's my opinion.
Good evening to the council. Thanks for calling me that. That is my name. 2 things. One is the land behind the library, which was originally intended to go to the library. We had at least 8 years of runaround and rigmarole. And finally tonight, that passed. It sounds like it's going to be vetoed and you'll just have to pass it again. But it's certainly the right thing to do. The other thing is that I know that the federal government was to pay for Euclid Avenue repaving. And is that completed? Is that considered completed right now?
Ohio. No, it's not complete.
No, it's not completed. They did.
Okay,
We
what
talked about 10 years ago for them to do it. They finally got around to it. last year.
what
The
remains?
Department of Transportation, not the federal, the state government.
What remains to be done in order to finish the work?
Right now, the
Mhm.
water, from what I understood, the water lines at some of the intersections have to be replaced. So they're going to be digging up what they put down, replacing those water lines, and then fixing back the street.
Okay,
The
I don't know
other,
how long
I'm-
that's gonna take.
the other issue is to complete the repair of the bus pads, some of which have had some patching done and some of which remain untouched. And I
Well,
keep mentioning that to the mayor, who
that-
has
that-
done a little bit of work.
that's precisely what I wanted to bring up. Those concrete pads where the buses drive on and where they stop are terrible. They've been patched, but it still forces drivers to get into the middle lane because a lot of people just don't want to roll over there and bump everything in their car. And so who pays for that part being resurfaced?
That belongs to RTA, so RTA should pay for that.
Okay, well, so is this something the city administration needs to do to make RTA get that stuff done?
On a
The ma-
temporary basis,
Yeah, Mr. Fanford,
We'll talk to you
can-
at the end.
at the end, they can answer your question. Keep going
Okay.
forward.
Well, those are the 2 things that I wanted to talk about tonight. So thank you very much. Mhm, Sure.
Okay, Don Jones.
Good evening, council. First, I wanted to touch base with everyone on the City of East Cleveland Home Emergency Program, because a lot of people don't know about that. And that's for emergency repairs for your roof, gutters, HVAC, porch, and plumbing. And they can call Barbara Connor at City Hall, 216-681-2104. And thank you, Mayor King, for continuing the program for the residents.
John?
Oh, yes.
Home emergency program, give me the number.
Yes. The home emergency repair program is 216-681-2104. And they can speak with Barbara Connor. And I'd like to thank Antonio for continually cleaning up 133rd Street and First Avenue. Councilor Gowdy, that's her ward. People are just continually dumping there. Now they're dumping at Wendy's. People are just throwing their garbage there because it's closed, and now they have graffiti on the, yeah. So, and there are people sifting through the garbage to see what they can get from there. My last thing is, well, I also wanted to confirm I spoke with Councilor Martin and regarding the salary increase for the counselors. He's working on that expeditiously. My last comment is to recommend to council and the mayor to replace Willa Hemmons while she's out on suspension. We need somebody who's sharp, somebody who is experienced, especially in construction, who has a construction background, who knows clauses like not to exceed, liquidated damages, late completion, early incentive clauses, because you can have a contract for construction. The construction is supposed to be completed in 6 months, and they're still going on doing the same construction for 2 years. And if you don't have any protections in there for yourself, you're up a creek. I did give some clauses to Councilor Stevenson, because I know she knows how to read contracts. So maybe the mayor can confer with her, and not just for construction, but I think council should be getting all of the contracts for construction, for equipment, furniture, supplies, whatever, so that you know what's going on, what you're supposed to be getting, what you need to be knowledgeable about everything that's going on here. And that's it. I'm done. Thank you.
Dr. Betty Rice.
Good evening to the East Cleveland City Council. I thought I said East Cleveland, you didn't hear. At any rate, I just want to say thank you for the great job that you've done today for the East Cleveland Public Library. It's been long in the making, but it has been done now. And thank each of you for your part. I am just absolutely elated. Second, it's summer, guys. School is out. I just want to remind all the residents that the school is out, and let's drive carefully in East Cleveland, because our most prized possession is out there in the streets. So please, please, please. And also to remind residents that the East Cleveland City Schools has a magnificent summer school program. So please, please, please encourage your children to get involved in the summer school. There's things for remediation, but also things for enhancement and promotion. So please get involved with our schools. Yes. And let me commend you about the Imagination Library. The best thing that you could do for your child, any child, is to make sure that they are reading. And let me say this, the East Cleveland Public Library has some exceptional summer reading programs. I invite all residents to get involved with that, but I'm sure that you'll hear more about that later. I just want to show this. It's a magazine sharing all the great programs that's going on at the East Cleveland Public Library. So get your children involved. Second to last, on June the 11th, which is this coming Saturday, there will be a women's march downtown City Hall, at 12 o'clock, involving women's issues. We're going to be talking about gun violence. That's one of the things that we're talking about. Also, talking about education. I have a few minutes on the program. When I go up, anyone who's interested in education, please come up with me and show solidarity, not only for East Cleveland and surrounding areas. Our children are too important. The education of our children is too important. So please come and join June 11th, 12 o'clock at the City Hall steps. Lastly, Juneteenth will be held at the Cultural Gardens. East Cleveland students will be honored right around 2 o'clock. That will be Monday on June the 20th. You don't want to miss that. So please come out and support our children. Again, council, how magnificent. Yes.
Dates of summer school, do you have those?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't bring the dates with me, but there are different programs. So please feel free to call your school, call your school administrator, your principal, to see those, what's available, the times, et cetera, and duration. You can't go wrong with reading, and getting involved with summer school. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Jacqueline Goodrum, 1907 Rosemont Road. I'm early childhood educator. Summer school is happening right now, and July 1st is the last day for summer school. So yeah, reading is very important. I want to quote something. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is also in the law of the Lord, and in that law doth he meditate day and night." Now, this is to you, President. You're the grandmother. I'm the great aunt. We're family. You're an apostle. I'm an elder. I came here, cancel my radio show, because I heard, I'm not going to go into details, but I heard some disturbing news that you were supposed to be doing something in cahoots with some wrong things. So I just came here to make sure that you're not going to do what I was told that you're going to do. That's why I'm here. You know, I love you and we go way back. But like I said, we are representatives of God, and we always have to do what's right. We have to do what's right. We can't do anything. We can't make no deals with nobody. We can't do nothing like that. We got to do what's right. So that's why I came here today, to see for myself if what I heard was true, which I'm hoping it won't be true. That's all I have to say, and I love you. And thank y'all for passing that library. Doing a good deal. This is the first time I came to city council and all this stuff is getting passed. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing just fine this evening. I first of all want to say good evening to Council President Martin, Council Vice President Ernest Smith, Councilors Gowdy, Councilor Stevenson, and Councilor Blahoviak, the mayor, and all of you that have joined us on Zoom. On behalf of the East Cleveland Public Library, I want to thank all of the members of council for your courageous actions, which have led to this monumental day in the city of East Cleveland's history. Thank you for considering the East Cleveland Public Library as the highest and best use of those 5 parcels of land. I want to thank the friends of the East Cleveland Public Library who are here with us this evening. I want to thank the concerned pastors of the city of East Cleveland who's been praying for us and supporting us. The past members of the East Cleveland Public Library Board of Trustees that started this journey before all of the current board members were even seated. Thank you. Thank you. I also want to thank the members of the East Cleveland City School Board and the many others that have supported us in the work that we do in our beloved community. The fact of the matter is that the expansion of our building and parking to accommodate the growing needs of the East Cleveland Public Library will provide a long-standing testament long after all of us are gone. And it shows our ability to look forward and plan for the future of our community. To place value and effort into preserving our independent institutions is critical at this time in this country, because as we all know, much of our past history has been erased, and even as we speak, there are those who want to hide and suppress our contributions to this country.
We will begin shortly a process that will gather input from you and the citizens of the city of East Cleveland as to the best use of the planned expansion space. And we will be completely transparent with updates as we successfully move forward into the construction process. We at the East Cleveland Public Library have a vision of how we can work with community leaders, the East Cleveland City School Board, the East Cleveland City Council, the East Cleveland City Administration, and to be a major part of the rebuilding and the revitalization of the city of East Cleveland. For all of you in attendance tonight, and for all of you online, we, the people of East Cleveland, are our only hope for our future. No one is going to come here and save us. And let me ask this question. Let me ask this question of all of you. Why would anybody come here and do for us what we won't do for ourselves? Look at our close neighbors, Cleveland Heights, University Circle. There is no excuse for our community to not follow suit and become a city of growth and prosperity. We have everything we need to be successful and respected. We must become a town that our children can be proud of, and a town where our seniors can walk the streets without fear and enjoy the later years of their life. I will tell you with any doubt, this can be done and it will be done. In fact, we have no choice. We, the members of the East Cleveland Public Library Board of Trustees, the director and his very talented staff, commit to you that we will continue to do all the things which gave us the designation of a 5-star library and one of the best in the nation. We will continue to move forward as a positive force to help make East Cleveland all that it can be and more. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and one other thing, I just wanted to respond to what the mayor said. We did provide every single document that was requested. The mayor refused to give that information to the NAC so they could evaluate it. This council president right here set a date for that meeting to take place. It did take place, but we were not on that agenda. I just wanted to clarify that.
I think you got the last comment from the public. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing today, council? I'm not.
Oh,
I'm Latif Shabazz, 14517 Strathmore. I came here today that I was looking at the charter, and there are laws about dumping that the city is not enforcing. And I want to know why you're not enforcing the laws that's on the charter about dumping, because we could eliminate this dumping if you enforce the laws. And when people come into East Cleveland, to see it be a clean place that want people to come back to here. They're not coming back if you see dump garbage here, dumping on people's private property. Nobody's gonna come here. Let's clean the city up first, and then people will be attracted to it. You don't want to come here and this city look like a dump. There's laws on the book, enforce them. You know, that's all I wanted to say. And congratulations to your library. I don't want to come here and complain all the time. I want to congratulate you too. So, please, let's look at enforce this dumping law. Thank you.
thank you.
Any residents on Zoom that would like to speak?
Good evening, Council. Kelvin Irby, 14802 Elm Avenue. If you notice, I'm coming to you live from my own bed. Hi, Miss Shirley, you're on my screen. Council, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Mute your microphone.
Go ahead.
Mr. Irby?
You got Shirley. I don't see Irby. I see Shirley.
You have to mute her microphone.
Shirley?
Mr. Irby? We lost him.
Let's go to Shirley.
Okay, go ahead, Miss. Oh.
I don't see. No. Shirley Fitzpatrick is there, Tracy.
Ms. Shirley, go ahead and speak.
Tracy, can you hear me?
Mr. Irby. We can hear
Can you
you.
hear me? Okay. I want to talk about 4 things technically. 1, Council President, the funding for the allotment that the council was supposed to receive, you should make sure that everybody received their money, past and present. It is a disrespect to do a job and you can't receive the funding that you are entitled to. Makes no sense. 2, congratulations, council. Our children do come first, and we should do everything for our children. Get them an education that they need so they can see that we, the parents, future leaders, care about the kids. I can say thank you to Ernest Smith for standing out in front of the kids, crossing them. And I want to say I'm sorry for the passing in your family. Much love and much respect.
Thank you.
My 3, I've asked Councilman Martin for just to step up and say something about my vehicle that's been damaged and is now almost a year later. And I turned in every piece of paper possible. And yet to sit here and be disrespected by our law clerk is not fair, it's not right. My vehicle is still sitting in the same position, except for it's not on city streets anymore. I do say that my vehicle was hit 4 days afterwards. It is not fair to me in the condition that I am in. And before I pass away, because certain people on that council know how I feel, I would like that taken care of immediately before I go home. Next thing I want to say to the following councilors, I have much respect for you, love you with all my heart. And if you don't understand what I'm going through, one day you will. Only 2 people on that council that really knows my factors. And I say that with much respect. If my past, before anything happens further to me, she has the right to make my obituary, my speech. No disrespect to you, Ernest Smith, but I would like for her to read it. So if I'm not here for the next council meeting, love and respect, Kelvin Irby. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that wishes to speak? Ms. Fitzpatrick, did you wish to speak? You have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Here now.
Okay, it's just something quick. Can someone make sure that the road between Terrace, Noble, and Neela, that strip is taken care of? It's doing much damage to cars. Everybody goes through that strip to avoid you. And that little piece of strip is horrible. Cars getting ready to run into each other, trying to avoid one side to get to the other side. Just like to have that noted, please.
Thank you, Ms. Fitzpatrick. Anybody else?
Okay, we're gonna hear from any comments from the mayor. Anybody? Are you want to say to the mayor? All right.
Speaking as a prosecutor for the city, they do enforce the law, but here's the thing. They do have some cameras set up in certain areas where the dumping is probably worse, so that they can literally catch them in the act. And it's kind of hard to refute it when you have a video showing you pulling your vehicle up and dumping. So we've had cases like that, where the police literally pulled up on the people while they were dumping and trying to get away. But there isn't a camera everywhere. So in those cases, if it's been said, sometimes if you see something, say something. It kind of depends on the resident to see, oh, so-and-so's dumping something. Let me get that license plate. Let me call the police. That way we've had the fire people from the fire department call the police and say, hey, they're dumping at this property. And the city looks at that as a very serious matter. There have been times when they've been sent down as felonies and for more egregious, situations, but a lot of it is basically people doing clean outs and in the fall, you know, that kind of stuff and dumping debris. And it is taken seriously, but somebody needs to know. I mean, you can see the stuff out there, but if nobody has said, I saw this car, this vehicle, this person dumping, there's nobody to arrest. So that's why I kind of have to put it back in the hands of the residents to pay attention to your communities. And if you see something going on, if you see a house that you know is vacant and nobody is staying there, and you see somebody pulling up and dumping something on it, call the police. Because they have no right to dump on a private person's property, whether it's vacant or not. So just putting that out. Yes.
You can do the people send it. You know,
Okay.
they turn somebody.
Chief,
Yes, sir.
Chief, we'll be through in about 5 or 10 minutes, and you can y'all can get one-on-one. I'm gonna go to the council, starting with Councilwoman Corrine Stevens. Comments?
Just to respond to, Ms. Fitzpatrick, last year, I requested that Terrace Road be repaired from the beginning to the end. It's my understanding that they cut the trees down over there on that part of Terrace Road because those trees were buckling the road. So hopefully now that the trees are gone, maybe they can come back and get them stumps up so the trees don't start to grow again. Because when you leave a stump, the tree starts to grow again. So I don't know. I know that they're on the section right there at Crystal Tower. I don't know if they're gonna get to that other section this year, but it's been requested that that road be repaired. And as a matter of fact, that the whole Terrace Road be repaired. With regard to the dumping, the council really doesn't have anything to do with dumping, grass cutting. And this has been, I guess, a lot of confusion for everybody in the city. The council's job is to legislate and appropriate. The mayor is a full-time position, and that is the person who is supposed to take care of it all. If somebody's dumping, no matter what, the police department, the service department, all of that is under the mayor. We don't have any staff to do that stuff. So when you call me, I'm gonna tell you what happened. When you call me, I send your information to whoever, the service department, the mayor's office, whoever it has relevancy to, that's where it goes. And if you want a copy of it, I can also copy you on the email. Or I can make sure that if there are any callbacks or whatever, that you're informed of that, because that's really not my job. And sometimes when you do things that are not your job, people try to twist it and use it against you. So that's my process that I use when dealing with complaints, but the complaints are supposed to go to the mayor's office. Thank you.
That's true.
Patricia Bloviat.
I have a number of things I want to run through quickly. If they don't come out clearly, ask me later. Number one, the next primary is August 2nd. That will be for state rep and for state senator. I hope we have no precincts with a 1.5% turnout. That we really need to make sure all our neighbors vote on August 2nd or early voting for state representative and state senator. Number two, East Cleveland Police Department on their Facebook page on April 13th stated earlier today, this group assisted a female that had been trapped underneath a vehicle, is bringing into action. I will be asking our city council to recognize them for their selfless, heroic efforts today. That was April 13th. And I hope that they ask us so that we have enough information to recognize those people. Back to the Imagination Library, it provides free books for children from birth to age 5. You can sign up online, Google Imagination Library, or go to literacycooperative.org. That information should be available at the library, but the last times I've been there, numerous times, it has not been available. I ask again that you do that. Again, I went to the ice cream social last week, and one of the issues that came up in discussing with staff was that the premium pay, because it was given as a bonus, they spent about half of that on taxes. And if we would put it on their salaries instead, they wouldn't be paying as much tax on it. And I hope that we can do this because we are not paying our police department, our fire department, our services people adequately. And I would like to see them be able to keep up with that. Regarding the contracts, the mayor mentioned the law firm that we have a contract with, it sounded like, and the pothole killers contract. All contracts are supposed to be kept, copies of them should be kept in the council office. The last I knew, we didn't have those contracts in the council office. All contracts should be available in the council office. And therefore, I hope that we will I hope that the administration will fix that problem. Remember that aluminum cans should be taken to the fire department so that they can be recycled, but yes, so that the money can go to the children's burn unit. Any aluminum cans that you notice on the street, any that you buy to drink, please make sure that unless you're taking them yourself or to get the money yourself, take them to the fire department. There's a bin outside of the fire department. You don't even have to go in. It's interesting to hear that our alleged law director, who was never approved, so she's never really our law director. I just heard today that she was under suspension. I think that this is an interesting thing that we should all know about. And I don't think that it's appropriate to hear this this late when she's been what seemed to be missing in action, and I'd been told she was on vacation. So there are many different kinds of vacation, but that's not one of them. But at any rate, she's never legally been our law director because according to the charter, our law director and our finance director must be approved by vote of the council. And since neither have been approved by vote of the council, they have never legitimately been. Oh, yeah, and the new law firm, yes. Well, there was discussion of a law firm by the mayor. If he hired a law firm, there should be some sort of contract or agreement, and that contract should be available in the council office, as all contracts are supposed to be kept in the law department. I mean, in the council office.
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, so I.
And he asked if they appropriate funds, that we appropriate funds.
At any rate, thank you very much.
All right, Juanita Garvin.
Yeah, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. We did some work today that was very, very good to pass these properties. And I'm looking forward to do more for our citizens, for our residents, for our neighbors and friends, you know, because this is a time that, you know, we need to recognize people. And saying that Ed Parker is going to be recognized on the 25th, and Honey Dale Day on the 25th of June. We're going to celebrate them. We're going to give them a spree because Ed Parker been around for a long time. And he have been doing some art, and he need to be recognized for the time that he has been here in East Cleveland. And Honey Bell Bay, she's an orphan.
Cuyahoga County. She's been around. She stayed right on, Garfield. We want to give her a street. And we looking forward to even, you know, give people their roses while they're alive, you know, because he's living, he's walking, and now he can see the work that he have done, and she can see the work that she have done is not in vain. And also, I'm looking forward to having a cleaning up on the weekend and partnering with Walter Milton and Miss King. So that's going to be community services. We're gonna use our community services, you know, put them to work, because a lot of our people that come in here is young people. They really don't have no job and they can work. So if they're able to work, why not cleaning up the dump and all that stuff? So that will be every week. Far as Terrace Road, we've been talking about Terrace Road for the longest, the street Terrace Road, to actually getting it together, you know, and we even had a list of what streets we want done, you know, and I don't know where that went, you know, we see one street got done and then see another street, so we still gonna be back on that task to make sure that these streets and stuff will be getting done. You know, we had a list, each and every one of us, the council had our own list. So we're going to bring that up and going to be working on these streets. And also, far as me doing anything wrong, I am a person that's going to do what is going to be right. And if I see something is wrong and I feel like it need to be changed, I'm going to help change it. That's who I am. I mean, I don't need all, you know, blowing down right is right, wrong is wrong. And if I feel that you're wrong, then I'm gonna change it. First, I'm gonna examine it and make sure that it's you that's doing wrong before I make that judgment. So it's not that, you know, when you up here and when you have a chance to come up here and you had an opportunity to come up here and try to tell somebody what to do when you know you had a responsibility to. And if you would have ran your course and ran your race, you could have been in the seats. You know, so since the residents picked us and put us in these seats and we won these seats fairly, then we need to make good choices. And good choices are better than bad choices. Because we hear all about the bad, but let's start focusing on the good choices. And that's how I feel. If I'm going to do anything, I'm going to make up my own mind to make a good choice. And that's where I'm at with each and every one, that because put me on the spot, we could have, you know, talked about this some other kind of way. But since I'm out here, if I change council, if I choose to do that, I'm going to do it for the good. And if I don't choose to do it, that's me. But if I run next year or whatever the years come, that's a choice. That's up to the people to put us in these places. And opportunities do come by. People would love to see council working together with the administration and with all the rest of the people, you know? And that's where I'm at, you know? I'm here because it needs to be a change. Change of even the library. Been waiting for 10 years, 8 years, I don't know how many years, but it needed to be a change. You needed that land, so now you got that land. That's why I'm here. I'm here for change. And I can make up my own mind what I want to do for the good of our city and the residents. And that's where I'm at today. And far as Calvin, my heart, my prayers go out to you. I feel you deeply because being sick
going through the changes that you're going through and still speaking up for our city, that says a lot about your personality. And I really wish that you was on council, had that opportunity to be here, because I know this city would have been moved forward. But to exercise your gift and your love for this, we want to do what we have to do for you. Whatever I can do for you, let me know. Because my door is open and my phone number is open to you. And my prayers go out to you. You're a good fighter. I want to tell you, I really love you, what you do. And I really love you as a person. And to get on the Zoom to talk about you leaving us, I hope that you don't go too soon, And I'm hoping that it be God's will for you to go, so you can see the vision of what we are doing on council to turn around, so you can feel in peace. And far as your car trying to get done or whatever, we need to have a talk around that table, because he's been talking about this car for the longest. We need to know what's going on with this car. So if we do owe him anything, we need to pay it. And that's the truth. So I know we don't want to talk about a lot of things, but we need to talk about it and get it out. Because this is a personal thing that he feels that he needs. He said something is going on with the car that you know about.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so whatever it is, we need to talk about it and get down to business so he can be granted for whatever he feels that we owe him. So I just want to thank y'all again from coming out, and we made good choices tonight. I'm going to always make good choices because I am a team player and not no team hater. So when you see me out here, I'm doing my work, okay? So I just want y'all to know that I love each and every one of y'all. I feel there's love in the room, but we got to keep it moving because there's a lot of work ahead of us. Thank you.
Councilwoman, you guys, Tracy, Ernest Smith.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to all my colleagues, Madam Clerk, administration. Most importantly, I want to thank our neighbors, the great residents of East Cleveland. I want to thank everyone that has anything to do with the library board, the administration of the library, all of the directors, the friends of the library. I can remember way before my time coming to council meetings and seeing this, seeing that discussed about the library land. Really want to thank you all, speaking of the library, for standing up for health interest, rights, and needs. And definitely one of the needs is the East Cleveland Public Library. I want everyone to join me, please, in saying a prayer for our brother, Calvin Irby. I definitely agree with Councilwoman Gowdy. Calvin Irby is an example of standing up for other people, no matter what one's personal situation is. Brother Irby, you are definitely in our prayers, and you're not going anywhere anytime soon, my brother. Also want to bag up a word that Councilwoman Stevenson said. She was correct. Our job is to appropriate, authorize, and legislate. We are, I call it the link between the people and the administration as far as dumping grass, cutting things of that nature. I also want to agree, once council people do things out of our heart, a lot of times we get the blame for things that are not in our full control. So I just want the residents to please keep that in mind. Speaking of that, I don't want residents calling Councilwoman Gowdy and getting on her about First and 133rd because Ward 2 starts on Lakefront. Unfortunately, that is my ward, or the People's Ward. Ward 3 is the People's Ward, but that is Ward 3 that's getting dumped on 133rd and First. So I want to address this. I understand that residents can't see everything, but there's been people arrested, vehicles taken, dump trucks taken. And dumping, dumping is like fighting dumping is like fighting crime. It's hard. That's why we ask the citizens to please help. Don't put yourself in danger, but please get license plate numbers, especially the men. Any men, I'm calling out any men that do not like the dumping, that come to the council meetings to complain. That's all fine, but come outside with me. Everyone on that council knows, because I can't say everyone on this council is outside. Everyone knows that I do a lot of filming. I run up on potential dumpers. We turn dumpers in, so I definitely can't sit here and allow the narrative to be painted that nothing is being done about the dumpers. Again, that is administrative assignment, but all of us care. And believe me, when we see dumping, we report it. When we think someone is dumping, we risk our lives to go talk to those individuals, and we turn those individuals in. So I'm calling any member of the community who wants to help, who thinks nothing is being done. I invite you to come out with any member of council, because I'm very confident that all of these council members are outside every day in the community. I won't repeat a lot of things that has been said tonight that I agree with. I just hope everyone was listening. That concludes my announcement. I did have a few more comments, just some things that we need to work on with some residents for the mayor, but I don't see them in his seat, so I go knock on this door tomorrow, just some thing, and I'll keep everyone informed. There's just some issues that a few residents have that I need to talk to the administration, because again, we can only be the link between the administration and the people, because they are the everyday workers of the city. And thank you.
Thank you, Brother Smith. I rise to speak, and I need to say a couple of things. Number one, I try to be humble. And I want to say this because I was just thinking about it. Last year, I donated $1,000 to the Imagination Library. Didn't say a word about it. And I think that's going to help kids. Thank you. Yes, it did. Did I not, Tracy? The other thing is, John Quartet is Mr. Lattimore. Are you still here? When is John Quartet going to be at the library? Yeah.
No,
When? Juneteenth? Okay, what date is that? Oh, okay. And that's gonna be at the library. Now, we have one of the few libraries, we have the only library in the state of Ohio that has a performing arts area. We can get almost 240 people in there, and we get more. And I want to congratulate the library, everybody involved, because it's fantastic. Nobody has that. Okay? You talk about service. I want to thank Ernest Smith. You still on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to thank you for helping me Saturday, this past Saturday, for 3 hours. Right? When you go out there, we cut the grass, we trimmed it. We had 20 bags. We couldn't have done it without the service department because they had the trucks and stuff. But I said it needed to be done, so I didn't run my mouth. I was out there for 3 hours doing the work. Okay, we got it done. And I felt when I left there, I felt good. You can see the difference. There's a young guy there, about 18, 19 years old. He came out and I asked, I said, young man, how old are you? He said, about 19. I said, are you ready to vote? He said, no. I said, well, you gotta vote. But I said, we're doing this because it has to be done. I hope that you can step up and do your part. Okay, but we did it, and we did it well. And I gotta thank again, Ernest, for your help, but I gotta thank the service department, because there's no way we could have done that without them. They had the proper equipment, they had the trucks, all of that. And when you do something unselfishly, you feel good about it. We felt good about it. So, okay, thank you. The other thing is the fire truck. We got a new fire truck out here. And I want you to take a look at it. We're doing what we can with limited resources. Financially, we have our constraints, but the most important thing that this council has to do is to work with the administration. The administration has to work with the council for us to get something done. That's what we have to do. We don't always agree on the veto. Don't worry about that. We got the votes. The veto, if he goes that route, that's his option. But if he goes that route, we have the vote to override the veto. So you got it, you got it. Okay, we care about the library. The library is one of the pillars that we have in our community. McGregor is another nice place, okay? So eventually, they're coming in here, okay? We're a mile from Cleveland Clinic, a mile from University Hospital, a mile from University Circle Incorporated, and we got the land. They're coming here, okay? They're coming here. So we got to work together, all right? We got about 4 or 5 years. And how will they come? They'll come and buy up everything, the price is out. We don't have the income that they make. So we have to be cognizant, to use your word, or make cognizant of that, okay? We have to be. So keep us in prayer. I care about this group of people up here. They're focused and they're trying. We don't always agree, but we're trying. So do your part, get the news out, get the council of the city of East Cleveland did the right thing by the library. Hey, I didn't know this thing. I started doing my research. Dr. Brooks, we've been dealing with this thing for over 8 years. I couldn't believe it. Some of it got to us and some of it didn't. Some of it did, but we did the right thing. And I told him, I said, we're going to get it done. So we took our time and did it right. On the salary, I am not opposed to anyone getting what they deserve, because we got a legal opinion that was, man, look like it's wrong for what I've been reading. So we're going to have it right. We're going to take care of it. So I just wanted to say that to you. We're here to serve the people. Lastly, Dr. Rogan talked about it. I got to say something about it. Our voting totals are horrendous. Horrendous. Yeah. We've got to vote. We've got to come out and vote. Continue, what's the name for the Supreme Court? What's the name? Right. People voted on her to be there. Okay. Biden nominated her to be there. We have to vote. Okay, that's what all of you are millionaires. That's what all of you have the power. We have to vote. So thank you for coming out. We got, I'm waiting for the development. Mr. Lattimore, Rashid, I'm looking for the development that's gonna take place. We are moving forward. So let it be written, so let it be told. I've spoken. Thank you. Okay?
I move to adjourn.
All right, the meeting, okay, second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you, guys. The meeting's adjourned.